Gotham City always brings a smile to my face. Ooh, freak. Terrorizes. Wait till they get a load of me.
Hey, you guys, I had to jump on here. I'm sorry I didn't get a chance to do the highlights from yesterday on this post-election stuff, Trump been cutting up, but as usual, he got to bring us the entertainment. I get a kick out of Trump. I don't know about y'all. Some people, take some things in a different way, different from me, I understand, but let's get into this shit right here, y'all. We're going to have some fun. Y'all know I got to laugh. We got to laugh through the crying and stuff like that. But Trump made some great points. And I understand where he's coming from with a lot of things. So we're going to go and talk about that today. And we're going to brush over that today. And let's just jump into it.
I say, come on, let me see what you have. They want to do things. I keep hearing about investigations, fatigue. Like almost from the time I announced I was going to run, they've been giving us this investigation fatigue. It's been a long time. They got nothing, zero. You know why? Because there is nothing. But they can play that game, but we can play it better.
What you talking about, Trump? What you talking about? What they playing on, huh?
Because we have a thing called the United States Senate, and a lot of very questionable things were done between leaks of classified information and many other elements that should not have taken place. And all you're going to do is end up in back and forth and back and forth, and 2 years is going to go up.
2 years has been up, Trump. Yeah, and they're still at it. They are still fucking at it. Democrats, what the fuck is y'all doing, What the fuck is y'all doing? What is Trump talking about?
I really think, and I really respected what Nancy said last night about bipartisanship and getting together and uniting. She used the word uniting, and she used the bipartisanship statement, which is so important because that's what we should be doing.
Now, I couldn't agree more. Nancy, I agree. That is a great point. But it's just like, you guys can't be self-serving on either end. That's why I can't fuck with y'all. A lot of people are too self-serving in this world right now, and they're forgetting about the people. They're thinking about their position, their image, and all of these other things other than the issues that are going around the world. And being that you guys are world leaders, you guys should be worried about the voters and also others that you guys are doing trade deals with and etc. But I'm going to let Trump finish talking. Go ahead, Trump. Say what you got to say.
So we can look at us, they can look at us, and then we can look at them, and it'll go back and forth, and it'll probably be very good for me politically. I could see it being extremely good.
Fuck yeah, because I ain't going to lie. We all know that his shit has been like the whole motherfucking Apprentice, okay? If you want to see Trump go into action like he was, that's all y'all gotta do is watch the news. Well, I wouldn't say all the news because Trump did have a point. Fake news is out there, and fake news is controlling the narrative, and they are controlling the minds of the people. See, y'all got to get out there goddamn TV. Now, I know y'all saying that I just said watch the news and everything, true, but y'all need to learn how to take your bones out your meat. If not, then y'all need to go back and drink some milk, meaning y'all need to do some research, okay? All right, Trump, have it.
I think I'm better at that game than they are, actually.
Oh, really? Woo! All right, y'all, let's go.
We'll find out. I mean, we'll find out. Or we can work together. You can't do them simultaneously, by the way, just in case somebody says, oh, you can do them both. No, you can't.
I agree again. I agree because there's been so much riffraff, you guys, and we can't lie. We've been seeing the Democrats clap at the Republicans and the Republicans clap back at, the Democrats. It's been a mess, and he's right. You cannot do two and talk about serving the people because, see, y'all are getting so out of touch with what the people need. And this is on both sides of the party. This is not just just speaking on the terms of Democrats or whatnot. And no, I'm not neither, okay? I don't fuck with this shit. But I do pay attention and follow it. And if I have some say-so, I'm going to have some say-so. I know people going to be like, oh, well, you didn't vote. Fuck no, because either way it goes, they both are serving the same objective. The whole thing is just that what are we as the people are getting out of it, okay? They're both working for the same side, you guys. Okay? But they're working at two different ways on how to get to their goal. And it's all the end all be all. But they're keeping y'all busy. But yeah, y'all can't do the same shit at the same time. It's impossible and serve the people, okay? Because y'all too wrapped up on Trump that y'all not even worried about the motherfucking people. I ain't heard nothing about what the Democrats have done in a while. Hello? Democrats, are you there? Hello?
If they're doing that, we're not doing the other, just so you understand.
He said what he said, okay? All right?
Our country is booming like never before, and we're thriving on every single level, both in terms of economic and military strength, in terms of development, in terms of GDP, we're doing unbelievably. I will tell you our trade deals are coming along fantastically. The USMCA and South Korea is finished. USMCA has gotten rave reviews. We're not going to lose companies anymore to other countries.
Okay, cheers to that shit, Trump, because I know motherfucking well all these jobs, you guys, all of these jobs have been going. Matter of fact, I'm going to show y'all in statistics that Trump actually is not lying. They have been going. They have been going since the millennium. Check this shit out before I let him go back to what he got to say. And Trump is right, because the total auto workers jobs that were lost from 2000 to 2015 in the part job area, in 2000 they lost 850,000 jobs. To 2015 they lost 580,000 jobs. Over 1.4 million jobs were lost in that revenue. Then you have the vehicles and bodies, which was in 2000, they lost 450,000. And then in 2015, they lost another 300,000 jobs. Collectively, you guys, that's 750,000 jobs that were lost in those errors. Let's see what Trump can do.
They're not going to do that because they have a tremendous economic incentive. Meaning it's prohibitive for them to do that. So it's not going to be like NAFTA, which is one of the worst deals I've ever seen, although we've made some other pretty bad ones too.
Again, Trump is right, fact checking. So from before NAFTA, the U.S. in 2016, the U.S. auto worker trade surplus with Mexico, okay? And then after NAFTA, the U.S. has a $63 billion trade deficit in autos. A total NAFTA manufacturing imports and exports roughly balance at a 2.5% GDP in both directions. What? U.S. now imports more autos from Mexico than Canada or Japan. Mexico wages now lower than China. Yes, that is very true. I can show you guys the facts on that. And then the Trans-Pacific Partnership, which was proposed, rules of origin when parts and components made percentage. Japan wants loose rules to source from China, but they have been gaining, you guys. They have been gaining, and Trump gonna touch on that, so we're gonna let him do his thing. Go on, Trump.
Now is the time for members of both parties to join together, put partisanship aside, and keep the American economic miracle going strong. It is a miracle. We're doing so well. And I've said it at a lot of rallies. Some of you have probably heard it so much you don't want to hear it again. But when people come to my office, presidents, prime ministers, they all congratulate me almost the first thing on what we've done economically, because it is really amazing. And our steel industry is back. Our aluminum industry is starting to do really well. These are industries that were dead.
Well, he's right again, ladies and gentlemen. Here's why.
Our miners are working again. We must all work together to protect our military. We have to do that. To support our law enforcement, secure our borders, and advance really great policy, including environmental policy. We want crystal clean water We want beautiful, perfect air. Air and water has to be perfect. At the same time, we don't want to put ourselves at a disadvantage to other countries who are very competitive with us and who don't abide by the rules at all. We don't want to hurt our jobs. We don't want to hurt our factories. We don't want companies leaving. We want to be totally competitive, and we are. And right now we have just about the cleanest air, the cleanest water we've ever had, and it's always going to be that way. We insist on it. So environmental is very important to me. And with that, I'll take a few questions if you'd like.
Well, I will say this. Like I said, I'm playing the devil's advocate when it plays into the part of Donald Trump. Like I said, the politicians, they are on either side. They have a goal to reach. But as long as we know, first and foremost, you guys, you got to stop. We got to stop this nonsense. And we got to stop trusting in man. Although Trump is right, we still have to believe in the Most High Yah. He is here to deliver us out of all of this mess that we are going through. And we can't keep constantly going back and forth and not liking one another because of politics. Now, yes, Trump, I can say, we haven't seen the effects of things going into play, but it's going on record that he are working on these things now. You have an opposing side that's now about to hold up things, but they did the same thing with Obama in his second term. He had a filibuster of Democrats and the Senate seats and stuff set in Congress. And then his second term, all of a sudden, bam, but they gave Trump a shitload of Democrats before his second term. So it's getting real, you guys. And I'm just saying he's right. And he's right again. I'm just fact checking him. And that's because I found out. So he's not a complete moron. He just come off as a moron because he comes off more of as an asshole than anything, that nobody no more cares what he got to say. And not saying that I did that, because like I said, I get a kick out of Trump. Okay, I know who I believe in. I believe in my Father, the Most High Yah, Yahuwah Elohim. Okay, they are gonna come here and deliver us. Okay, we supposed to sit back, my brothers and sisters, and let these people do their thing. Okay, now down in the future, some people who may know me may see this and know that I've talked about this in the past. Y'all seriously have to let them sit back and do their thing and believe, trust, and have faith in the Most High Yah. That is the most important thing. And I don't want to make y'all think I'm on some religion type stuff, because I'm not a religious person at all. Okay? I'm only telling you what the facts are. And the facts can't be changed whether you want to believe it or not. But that's the beauty of it. Go ahead, Trump. Say what you got to say.
I didn't know what happened. All right, go ahead, John. That was a lot of hand shooting up so quickly. There's a lot to talk about.
Mr. President, you talked at length just now about bipartisanship. The presumed Speaker of the House, Nancy Pelosi, talked about it last night. I'm sure that's encouraging for the American people. But do you really believe, given what the relationship has been like between this White House and the Democratic Party, that that will happen?
I think there's a good chance. I think there's a very good chance.
If I could just finish,
it will happen.
Will you have to compromise on certain issues to the point where it could hurt you in 2020? And do you expect that when the Democrats take over the chairmanship of all these important committees, you're going to get hit with a blizzard of subpoenas on everything from the Russia investigation to your cell phone use to your tax returns?
Ready? Then you're going to, if that happens, then we're going to do the same thing, and government comes to a halt. And I would blame them, because they now are going to be coming up with policy. They're the majority in the House. I expect that they will come up with some fantastic ideas that I can support on the environment, on so many different things, including prescription drug prices, which we've made a big dent in already, including some of the things that we're working on for the vets. We've gotten choice approved. We've got a lot of things approved, but they have some other elements that we want. There are many things we can get along on without a lot of trouble, that we agree very much with them and they agree with us. I would like to see bipartisanship. I'd like to see unity.
Wing freak. Terrorizes. Wait till they get a load of me.
You can already see the irritation going on this motherfucker. All right, y'all. It's time to get serious. Well, it ain't even time to get serious anymore at this point. This is where we gotta enjoy Trump. Feel the wrath. This is the part where I played in the beginning with Joker and shit, because he ready for y'all motherfucking reporters and y'all questions and shit. He ain't got no chill again. All right, Trump, go ahead, man. This shit funny.
And I think we have a very good chance of, and maybe not on everything, but I think we have a very good chance of seeing that. Go ahead.
One question on the lame duck, sir, and one on your cabinet. You toyed with the idea during the campaign of a shutdown before the midterms in order to secure border wall funding. Are you prepared to go on a shutdown strategy during the lame duck, since this might be your last best chance?
Not necessarily.
To secure that?
Look, I speak to Democrats all the time. They agree that a wall is necessary. A wall is necessary. And as you know, we're building the wall. We've started, but we should build it at one time, not in chunks.
But you want much more money, and you want much sooner.
No, we need the money to build the wall, the whole wall, not pieces of it all over. And we are doing it. Now we have the military. Now we have other elements of a wall that are pretty nasty, to be honest with you. But nevertheless, it's pretty hard to get through it. But no, I'd like to see the wall. Many of the people that will be dealing with, in 2006, they approved the wall, essentially. It was a very strong border fence, but it was the same thing. And they all approved it. They all agreed. I have statements from every one of them. We have them saying, we need the wall. I mean, they sound like me. Mm-hmm. But we do need it because we have people coming, and I'm not just talking about the caravans. We have people coming through our border that you physically can't put that many people. It's a 2,000-mile stretch. You can't put that many people along that stretch to guard it. And even if you did, tremendous fighting would ensue. So we need the wall. Many Democrats know we need the wall. And we're just going to have to see what happens. I mean, I will be fighting for it. They have done everything in their power to make sure. I got the military, $700 billion and $716 billion. The wall is a tiny, tiny fraction of the cost of that. But their whole agenda has been to try not giving me anything for the wall.
Granted, Trump is right. The Democrats, a lot of people in the country has been laughing at him, including myself, about the wall and everything. And then I get it. I really get it now, what is really going on down there, and they're using innocent people probably, and they're blending their criminals within that crowd. So you guys don't understand. The United States is no longer friends with Venezuela. They, meaning in Honduras in Central America, have to come up, even though they may be 100 miles or whatever, miles of meters or whatever. There are people at that wall right now. Now that wall, is in construction. It won't be complete until April from what I've been running across. And it's a mess, you guys. I understand what Trump is doing, but the fact that I'm starting to believe he has good intentions, although he ain't got no fucking chill and he mad, ignorant as fuck when he dealing with people. But I understand now it's necessary. And my hearts really go out to the people in Honduras, because I know we got people, our Israelite brothers and sisters are down there, and they are down there on that border. The stuff that I want to show you guys is so heartbreaking. And when I saw it yesterday, I literally could not stand to sit there and look at what was happening to them. I burst out into tears. I stormed out the room. Everybody had to ask me what was going on. And then when I tried to explain how much of a relation that is to me, as far as what they're doing compared to down there in Honduras and over in the Philippines, India, what they're doing to these people is heartbreaking. And anybody with a conscience, with a heart, who has a family, can you imagine not seeing your child, and your child labor is fucking legal in Honduras? They're beating, raping girls in fucking Honduras. And those are the ones they work. Sounds a lot like what's happening here in America. And some women are having these levels of injusticeness, and they feel like they have to fight alone. So Trump is really just trying to sort out the bullshit. It's too much. They slamming them, and bombs is getting put the fuck up. All type of stuff is happening at the same time. Like, they're literally just trying to fuck Trump over and make him look like the moron. And I know his vocabulary is not as broad, and he tends to repeat himself and things like that. But I'm not saying he's definitely for black people, but he's really just for the business. Because you guys got to remember, this shit ain't personal, it's business when it comes to America. America is ran like a business. It's a business, it's a corporation. Okay? So you guys need to do y'all research. Those, I know a lot of my black people are like, we ain't fucking with him, he racist. But the media pushes out. Yeah, he may have said nigga, but how many times have y'all heard rappers that are not black say nigga on reality TV shows? Jocelyn Hernandez is not motherfucking included in this because I believe that bitch is a damn black person. And I ain't saying I believe it, but just looking at her, I know we have people that are Hispanic that look like her and come from where she comes from. So to just give a shout out to Jocelyn, old crazy ass, and I know some people who don't know who the fuck that is who used to be a reality TV star on Love and Hip Hop. And now she's branched off. She's doing her thing with Keenan Rain. Shout out to Carlos King. Boom. Okay, do your thing out here, baby. But anywho, she got a new reality TV show coming up. And I'm not on a promotion stuff. I'm just trying to let you guys know as far as who I'm talking about and who the fuck she is and how you guys can go and fact check what I'm saying. That's it. Solely just off fact checking. Now, anywho, to go back to what I'm saying, and I'm trying to go quick with this shit, but you can never have enough time. However, at the end of the day, Trump has a point, and there are reasons why. It's just that he sounds crazy as shit when he's saying it, and everybody is just like, we don't want to hear you. We're discontinuing what you say. Oh my God, did he really just say that? And that's what's happening. We have to get outside. Like I told y'all, I can't be a hypocrite, okay? Because I have to look at both sides of the story. And that's the same thing like I told y'all. Y'all can't be just like popping off at the messenger because of how they delivery is. And that's what's fucked up with him. That I can not agree with. His delivery and the way he pushed things, I'm not necessarily saying that I'm making sure I ain't doing no crazy stuff. I know it's like things. I have a hand gesture issue, you guys. So y'all gonna see me do a lot of hand gestures, and it's not intentional. Definitely not no Satanist. So please don't be freezing frames and saying she doing this. Nope, I put two fingers together and did this shit. But I'm just like trying to have focus points because I don't want to rant and rave, although I do. But I want to have a level of come together, Shanni. Do the Trump. So that's what that's all about. But anywho, not to be continuing on, but I'm going to let Trump finish saying what he got to say.
I really believe politically they're hurting themselves. I actually think politically that's a good thing for me, but I want to get the wall up because we need to.
So no shutdown scenario.
I don't know. I can't tell you that. No, I can't commit to that, but it's possible.
And can you give us?
Well, at least he admitting the damn truth, huh? Let's take some truth tonight. Shit. He about to turn up.
Sir, on your thinking currently, now after the midterms, about your Attorney General and your Deputy Attorney General, do they have long-term job security?
I'd rather answer that at a little bit different time. We're looking at a lot of different things, including cabinet. I'm very happy with most of my cabinet. We're looking at different people for different positions coming after the midterms. I didn't want to do anything before the midterms, but I will tell you that for the most part, I'm extremely happy with my cabinet. I think Mike Pompeo has fit in so beautifully. He's done an incredible job.
How about your Interior Secretary?
We're looking at that, and I do want to study whatever is being said.
Now, this is my issue. Trump, what the fuck is you talking about that you got to go and look into what they said about people that's working inside your building, working as your business? There's no way you should have all eyes and ears at least on knowing. So when someone asks you a question about something, you should at least have an idea of what's happening. So that end makes you look really weak when you don't even know about what's going on with your own staff. When people are making an accusation, allegedly, about what's happening in your cabinet. That's something that works close to you, and I think that's something that you should know. So this is where people, including myself, will be like, nigga, you a moron for this. How the fuck you don't know who in the hell is working with you and what the fuck you're doing? You're too involved and too focused on what you can do. All right, fuck it. Let's go,
I
y'all.
think he's doing an excellent job, but we will take a look at that in a very strong, and we'll probably have an idea about that in about a week.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Okay, thank you. Wow, this is... Go ahead, John.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
He gave me a fair interview the other day, so I might as well ask him a question.
All right. Thank you, Mr. President. And picking up there, you told me the other day that you are an open book. So
I think I am an open book.
Now, see, y'all keep calling this man a liar. He ain't no damn... he lied. He's a liar. But he ain't lying about this shit so far. He said, well, I am an open book. Yes, he is. Hello, he's a reality TV star. He's been all in the press and everything since I was a fucking child. Since the 90s. Seriously, he's been on Oprah. He's known Oprah since the 90s. So in case you guys didn't catch his whole briefing as far as this goes, this was just aired yesterday. And I didn't get my hands on it until like about 8-9 hours later because I was at work myself and I had to take a nap. I was tired. Anywho, that ain't important. It ain't about me. But this shit funny. Go on here, Trump. Fuck it. Fuck it. Yes, okay. Him and Oprah, it's always been cool. And he was on there. And he was talking about this presidential shit even back in the 90s. I'm so lazy right now and I'm tired. But I'm going to give it to y'all at another time. I'm glad I got a reference point and I can come back to this because I'm going to show y'all. Yes, they've been straight for a very long time.
point blank, Democrats go after your tax returns. Will you try to block that or will you allow them to have them?
Well, look, as I've told you, they're under audit. They have been for a long time. They're extremely complex. People wouldn't understand them.
Now, this is where he's underestimating people. Yes, the fuck we do understand. A lot of people understand taxes more than you think, Trump. Now, maybe them loopholes, and I think that's probably what the fuck he talking about. People know how to prepare them bitches, but how to work them motherfuckers, yeah, that's why he said that shit. We don't understand, Trump. I want to know what the fuck you been doing all this damn time, okay? Shit. Let a sister know, because I want to know. You hit a girl up. Let me know. Okay? I'm trying to find out, too. I'm just trying to find out. I'm just saying.
Done by among the biggest and best law firms in the country. Same thing with the accounting firms. The accountants are a very, very large, powerful firm from the standpoint of respect. They're highly respected. Big firm. A great law firm, you know it very well. They do these things. They put them in. But people don't understand tax returns. Now, I did do a filing of over 100 pages, I believe, which is in the offices, and when people went and saw that filing and they saw the magnitude of it, they were very disappointed. And they saw the detail. You'd get far more from that. And I guess we filed that now 3 times. But you get far more from that than you could ever get from a tax return. But when you're under audit, and I'm under very continuous audit.
Once again, you guys, Trump isn't wrong. These firms, okay, when you have a tax attorney that know what the fuck they're doing, and they are over your business, when you know you got a good one, you keep them motherfuckers. That's why I said Trump hook a sister up. Matter of fact, for the record, you guys, I want y'all to understand, I don't give a shit about money. People who's close to me know this. They know it. They have an issue with my views on money, but it's okay. You know why it's okay? Because I don't give a fuck. Okay? I take care of what I need to take care of. And I keep it moving. I don't make a love of this situation. It's a tool to maneuver around the matrix. However, Trump has done a goddamn good job. Because like I said, that motherfucker been getting down since the 90s. Y'all can't be mad at him. He didn't do this shit on his own. He did not file his paperwork on his own. You know who did that shit? The motherfucking law firms. Why he said, he told one of the reporters, yeah, you know who the fuck it was. You know who it was. But, as I was saying, yeah, okay? Yes, you have firms that really know the laws and know what's illegal to do and what is legal to do. And usually they have those options preparing taxes. Now, I don't know all the legal terminologies of taxes and anything like that, but he's not lying because there are things. And so being the fact that you guys need to go and look into that, and I'm not taking that from him. I know it's a lot of people out here who are into the truth and research and fact check people as myself, sometimes we just so happen to stumble across things. Just so happens. And then it just so happens to fit with what's been going on, and you know how to put the puzzle pieces together. But that's exactly what that is when it comes to taxes, business, protecting your business, and having the money and means and knowledge to do so. Now, you are one up if you know all of these things and you don't have a business. That's all more of a means for you to have a business, because you know how, or have at least some financial stability, because if you're in this tax attorney firm business or whatnot, you got money to run businesses and manipulate the law to the way it will benefit your business. And I'm saying manipulate because the law has been written to manipulate. So don't get mad and call the pot the kettle black. All right, Trump, come on.
It's a great company, but it's big and it's complex and it's probably feet high. It's a very complex instrument, and I think that people wouldn't understand it. But if I were finished with the audit, I would have an open mind to it. I would say that, but I don't want to do it during the audit. And really, no lawyer, even from the other side, they say often, not always, but when you're under audit, you don't subject it to that. You get it done, and then you release it. So when that happens, if that happens, I would certainly have an open mind to it.
So that means if the audit is...
Now, in other words, what he's saying is, when and if, which more than likely, if my guys that I put on payroll for decades is right, you motherfuckers ain't gonna find shit. It's that simple. Where we been at? Where have y'all been at? Huh? Just saying. Seriously.
You will not turn over the tax returns, or you'll fight to
when it's
block
under
it.
audit, no, nobody would. Nobody turns over a return when it's under audit. Okay?
Thank you.
In other words, you only give their ass what they ask for. You don't tell on your motherfucking self. Damn. Seriously, y'all need to take a page out of Trump's book. He's giving y'all street motherfucking game. Street motherfucking game, goddammit. I love it. Okay? Seriously. And he's trying to get y'all motherfuckers together, but the fact that y'all so used, and yeah, I said used. Yes, I got some country in me and stuff. My daddy from Alabama. Even though I wasn't born and raised there, I'm a city girl, but it's a lot of country ass city girls up here, okay? Now, he's trying to run y'all some street game, okay? Y'all need to be listening. I told y'all, listen, fuck what they saying, Trump, okay? Let your girl, let me know what's going on, okay? So I can get with my shits, okay? Because a girl out here struggling and stuff, you know? I ain't rich. I ain't even close to rich, okay? I work a 9 to 5, even though it ain't the hours of 9 to 5, but y'all get it. It's 8 motherfucking hours, okay? 40 hours, 8 and out. Okay? They force my ass to work overtime. Although I am very appreciative of it, it could be worse because I get compensated thanks to my UAW. Because had it not been for them, there would be a lot of terrible situations that could be, it could be worse. Yeah, I got harassed. Okay? Not by my union, for the record. Okay? But you have people in these corporations that work, and they will harass you if they find any fucking reason to. So I'm just saying that, like I said previously, this has happened. I can relate, but I ain't gave y'all nothing yet. Okay, I mean, not on the levels of as far as like that'll just touch you here. So anywho, I ain't gonna jump off subject. I'm gonna let Trump do his thing. Finish talking, Trump. School these motherfuckers, although they still not understanding what the hell you saying.
One, I was tempted to ask you why you like Oprah so much, but I think I'll go on to the question that...
Why do I like Oprah? What kind of a question is it?
Shit! I ain't even got through the whole goddamn thing, this motherfucker. You guys. Seriously? Come on. Who the fuck would not like... What kind of question is that? Seriously. Like, come on, do your research. That's why he looked at you like, what kind of... Bitch. I've been knowing her since the 90s. Like, we go way, way back. What kind of question is that?
Asking. Just curious. But the real question...
He's a comedian here.
The real question...
Get the comedian here, goddammit. Woo!
Oprah, by the way, I do. She was a person I knew well, came to my place in Palm Beach often, and I have a lot of respect for her. Unfortunately, she didn't do the trick.
She ain't do the motherfucking trick coming down there on that goddamn campaign trail. Yes, we can. We can do it. Women's empowerment. Time is up. We can do it. Go out and vote. Oh! Round of applause in the background. Harpo, all my life I had to fight. You know, you ain't fought for shit, Oprah, but fighting that dick that got fought up in you. Now, you know, I'm just saying all of that because I'm just talking shit, even though they calling her a big wench around the street. I can't say nothing about that, but all I'm just saying is I am cracking jokes. Somebody get the umbrella in this motherfucker. He throwing shade. Boop. Somebody get the comedian. Woo! Trump on the goddamn roll. Shit. Okay, y'all? Y'all can't be looking at this no other way. Yes, Oprah on a goddamn mission. Okay? You know, unfortunately, it's for, you know, just one side of politics. And it's just like, you got to balance. People got to know, y'all got to do your research if y'all going to be doing this voting shit. Because it's exhausting. And then y'all go out and vote. And then y'all only go off what they're saying that they want to do. And they never do the shit that's on the proposal. It's exhausting.
The real question is, you just sat up here and said that from this podium that...
Oh, no, nigga, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up, man. You about to fuck it up. These reporters is a mess.
Are you offering an my way or highway scenario to the Democrats? You're saying that if they start investigating you, that you can play that game and investigate
better than them.
Can you compartmentalize that?
And I think I know more than they know.
Can you compartmentalize that and still continue to work with them for the benefit of the rest of the country,
No.
or are all bets off?
No. If they do that, then it's just all it is a warlike posture.
And so then, wait a minute, then the follow-up...
You heard my answer. Go ahead.
Well, since it's Jim, I'll let it go. Okay.
He gave him that nice-ass, mean-ass smile and shit like, yeah, bitch, keep it moving. Yeah, I answered your question. I said what the fuck I said. This shit is too much. Cheers to goddamn Trump getting these goddamn reporters together trying to tell. I mean, and it's so bad. It's so bad, y'all, that it's fucking hilarious, and I laugh. I told you, Trump is an entertainer. He's an idiot. He's an asshole. He's a racist. He can be levels of bigot, seriously. But I have to stand on what facts are facts and shit, and they know how to push this nigga buttons. Yeah, I call him a goddamn nigga because he got a nigga attitude right now. And yeah, people gonna say nigga just means ignorant. No, that came from you motherfuckers, but Negro. It's the color black, even though we're not the color crayon black, but whatever. Shit. Fuck it! Go ahead, Trump. Fuck it. I'm done.
Thank you, Mr. President. I wanted to challenge you on one of the statements that you made in the tail end of the campaign in the midterms.
Here we go.
That's that head like, nigga, run up. Here we go. I told y'all. Woo! Okay. I'm trying to get it together, y'all, but this is why I don't get into politics now that Trump is in office, y'all. Like, he is really bringing apprentices to the state. Do y'all see the head bob? Like, he ready to just, he ain't got no chill. He don't got no patience for y'all ass. Y'all need to shut the fuck up. Like, just ask him some straight up answers. Questions. Do that shit. I mean, and find a way to do it. Like, they know what they doing. They intentionally pushing that motherfucker button just so they can have something to talk about on the channel, whatever channel, in Time News.
If you don't mind, Mr. President, the caravan was an invasion. As you know, Mr. President,
I consider it to be an invasion.
As you know, Mr. President, the caravan was not an invasion. It's a group of migrants moving up from Central America towards the border with the U.S.
Thank you for telling me that. I appreciate it.
In other words, he ain't as dumb as he look, and as dumb as y'all think he is because he got a short level of vocabulary. Yeah, thank you. That's that sarcasm for thank you, motherfucker. But I already got down now. I'm the president.
Why did you characterize it as such?
Because I consider it an invasion. You and I have a difference of opinion.
But do you think that you demonized immigrants in this election to try to keep...
I want them to come into the country, but they have to come in legally. You know, they have to come in, Jim, through a process. I want it to be a process, and I want people to come in, and we need the people.
Your campaign...
Wait. You know why we need the people, don't you? Because we have hundreds of companies moving in. We need the people.
In other words, if we're going to hold Trump to what he has to say, then he is absolutely right, because what's in the works for the new NAFTA 2018 plan, we have some good things that are different from the 2016 NAFTA plan. And what I have gained as knowledge is that it takes effective in 2020, which we're a couple years from that. And it's reviewed in 6 years. It requires a 30% workers which earn $16 an hour or above. And in 2023, that percentage rises to 40%. So we're talking about raises, we're talking about economic growth, we're talking about a stimulation of the petrodollar. We're talking about a lot of good things here. So even though we are looking at the bad thing, I'm just hoping that nobody down there on the border gets hurt. Please, anybody that's down there, he's going to open up the gates. He want to have a necessary process. He wants to filter through the right people. And to continue on, the Mexican Assembly, if you decide to stay, is $7.34. That is a big jump because they were not getting paid that. And so here in the United States and also Canada, your average production wage will start off at $20 an hour starting in 2018. I'm not necessarily saying that that is happening right now. But these are the talks that he's saying that is going to take into effect, and he need people to do it. Although he has everyone here in America suited up with jobs. Now, if you didn't jump on the job, that's on you. I can't do anything about that. You know, you got to get it how you live, hustle, connect yourself, stop being out here on this bull crap, and we can get somewhere. And last but not least, the automakers qualify for zero tariffs, is according to what he's talking about. If 75% of their vehicle components are manufactured in U.S. and Canada. So he's giving cuts if your car parts are being manufactured here. Now, if they want what you have as far as a product, then that means they would have to pay, because he's been getting slammed with not even him. The country has been getting slammed with the tariffs. So he's working things out, because once again, this is a business, you guys. This is not a country anymore. This is a business. It's been that way.
Had an ad showing migrants climbing over walls and so on.
That's true. But they weren't actors.
They're not going to be doing that.
They weren't actors. Well, no, it's true. Do you think they were actors? They weren't actors. They didn't come from Hollywood.
So in other words, he's simply just saying, you guys, that he did not stage it. Now, we could be dealing with false flags as well. We could be having a false flag situation happening at the border as well, and the actual people are not there, but there could be like stage criminals, because they will use the women to get through. And I'm not simply upset with that. He has to be better safe than sorry, and he's doing that for the safety of people. And I'm just going off what he's saying, you guys, not off of y'all personal feelings or opinions. I try to eliminate that out of the situation when I'm making an evaluation based off what someone is saying, for the most part.
These were people. This was an actual, it happened a few days ago. And
they're hundreds of miles away, though. They're hundreds and hundreds of miles away. That's not an invasion.
Honestly, I think you should let me run the country. You run CNN.
All right.
And if you did it well, your ratings would be much better.
Say it one more time. I heard all beats. Hey, I heard all beats. You handle CNN and let him handle presidential shit. Because more than likely, y'all motherfuckers voted him in, including some of y'all damn reporters. I don't know. I ain't putting it in y'all goddamn mouth. We don't got no proof or nothing, because everybody's fucking shit is confidential. Whatever. He got in that ass real good. I heard all beats. Hey, I heard all beats. One more time. I heard all beats. Hey, I heard all beats. What I heard all beats. Hey.
question, Mr. President, if I may ask
Peter,
one other question, are you worried?
That's enough.
Mr. President, I was going to ask one of the other folks.
That's enough.
Pardon me, ma'am. Mr. President.
That's enough.
Mr. President, I had one other
Peter,
question, if I may ask, on the Russia investigation. Are you concerned that you may have?
I'm not concerned about anything with the Russian investigation because it's a hoax. That's enough. Put down the mic.
Mr. President, are you worried about indictments coming down in this investigation?
Mr. President.
I'll tell you what, CNN should be ashamed of itself having you working for them. You are a rude, terrible person. You shouldn't be working for CNN. Go ahead.
I swear, I told y'all we gonna have fun. I can't stop laughing at this shit. He told his ass, that's enough. Put the mic down. Sit down. You know what? You're very disrespectful. Hey, and he like, motherfucker, run up on this goddamn podium. Since he want to whoop some ass so bad. I'm telling you. He want to whoop somebody's ass so fucking bad because he's pissed off at these press people because of the way they have been portraying him for a couple years. And if that was you or myself, we can't be that upset. Although we know Trump is hella dramatic. And he already said, stick around and wait and see till you guys see what I'm going to do as a president. Whatever. My bad, y'all. Listen, I ain't trying to mock y'all president and shit like that. No disrespectful way. I'm having fun. Shit. We got to laugh before we smile.
I think that's unfair.
You're a very rude person. The way you treat Sarah Huckabee is horrible.
Now, shout out to goddamn, whoever the hell her name is, Terry Huckabee and shit. Because Trump just shouted you out. He don't appreciate how that mother effer was going in on his ass about his goddamn policies and stuff, you know? Shame on him for treating you that way. You know, at least, I mean, he's talking about grabbing bitches by the pussy and everything. I'm saying bitches, because only bitches gonna be in his midst and want them to allow him to grab them by the pussy. I'm just saying, you know, apparently this chick ain't for the shits or whatever. I don't know. But he kind of being a hypocrite right now because he talking about grabbing by the pussy. So, fuck it. All right, bye!
And the way you treat other people are horrible. You shouldn't treat people that way. Go ahead, Peter. Go ahead.
In Jim's defense, I've traveled with him and watched him. He's a diligent reporter who busts his butt.
Well, I'm not
like
a big
the rest
fan of
us.
yours either, so
I understand.
To be honest.
So let me ask you a question if I can. You repeatedly said...
You aren't the best.
Mr. President, you repeatedly, over the course of the...
just sit down, please. Well, when you report fake news, when you report fake news, which CNN does a lot, you are the enemy of the people. Go ahead.
Mr. Over the course of the last several days of the campaign, sir, at the end of the campaign, you repeatedly said that Americans need to fear Democrats. You said Democrats would unleash a wave of violent crime that endangers families everywhere. Why are you pitting Americans? Why are you pitting Americans against one another, sir?
Peter, what are you trying to be him?
Peter, what are you trying to be him? Yeah, Peter is trying to be him, okay? More than likely, they talked before he walked up in here, and he told him how to get Trump's attention and what to say, but he didn't realize he was in the good graces of Trump. Now, once again, you guys, I'm not playing both sides, but now I'm starting to see Trump's frustration, and he don't got no problem with getting in nobody's asses. Now, are the questions legitimate? Yes. Are they presented the right way for him to answer them with the same energy? No. The answer is no. So he trying to check him like, hey, because I handle your ass like I handle him and I can pass this fucking mic. Because I'm the motherfucking president of the United States. In fucking entrepreneurship and all, whatever they want to call it. Look, I'm trying to stop myself from cussing. Shit.
Let me just tell you. Very simple. Because they're very weak on crime. Because they have often suggested, members and people within the Democrat Party at a high level have suggested getting rid of ICE, getting rid of law enforcement. That's not going to happen, okay? We want to be strong on the borders. We want to be strong on law enforcement. And I want to cherish ICE because ICE does a fantastic job.
Yes, ICE does a job as far as getting the people out the country who has been documented to be, or not documented for that matter, because they're illegal. They are getting them out the country, and they're probably making room. You know, it's a repeal and replace situation with the people, even though they're getting rid of our people. I've talked about this in previous videos. However, he's opening up the market. He is asking for people to be legal. Their process, unfortunately, the process that's happening with these people, they don't have years and months. They're sitting at a fucking border, Trump. So at least let the people in, feed them, give them water, bathe them, do these things that they fucking need. Because if they're 100 miles from the border and they're getting caravans, they're coming up here, it's a reason. Like, Trump, seriously, if at any point in your life you see this video, like, or my channel, seriously, I have things that you should really honestly see. I know what you're trying to do. I know what, at least that's what you're telling us you're trying to do. And those are the laws you're trying to set into place. And I'm now starting to understand Make America Great Again. And unfortunately, that also comes with racism. Now, even though our people have been shipped out, I believe you're probably going to ship our asses the fuck out too. Now, if we got to deal with the Chinese the fuck over there with that colonizing stuff they're doing on the continent of Africa right now, we ain't with the shits. We ain't with y'all shit, and we are not with they shit. And I ain't got no problem with nobody unless ain't nobody fucking with me in mass. That's just it, okay? So we got some questions too as black people now, okay? You can't be just saying one thing and doing another. Like, we ain't for that. You said we listening and we look at it, we comprehend. This one do. I understand where you're trying to go and what you're trying to do. Because there are things that needs to be a motherfucking hand over fist situation. So I'm definitely not upset about the approach you're taking when it comes to China with certain things. And yes, we do need to open up those jobs. They shut those jobs down and let them mine. I understand. Maybe they left their natural resources to build up and let the land rest. And they've let the land rest for a very long time now at this point. So which means you can do what you need to do as far as producing out of this land. We got oil, we got steel. No, we don't have diamonds and all of these other things that the continent of Africa have. However, they're over there colonizing, mad crazy down in South Africa, okay? They're getting your uranium. They're getting your gold. They're getting the things to build these type of weapons of warfare to come up against the United States. China has already came out. The president, I do not know his name, and I'm not even going to fuck it up for the respect of the people of China in case they ever look at this. No disrespect. But shit, once again, they're handling business. Trump is handling business. And he's in fucking presidency seat. So this y'all goddamn, I ain't vote for no goddamn body. This ain't got shit to do. But listen, but I'm going to handle things on the levels where I can handle them. That's the only way I can do things is within my household and within my goddamn own union. Now, I can't control who people vote for and who they want to vote for and why they want to vote for it. I just know politics is beyond me. They're going to settle with what they want to settle once they know who they're going to put in office to give the people what they want, and they will tell them whether they can do it or not. So we got to settle for what we get and roll with that.
What they do for us is so, really, it's so unrecognized how good a job they do. So we want to take care of them, and we want to hold them very close because they do a good job.
To be clear, though, the question
is, very much.
Why are you
sit down?
But you didn't answer my question. Just very simply, the question is, why are you pitting Americans against one another, sir?
I'm not.
Is that how you view citizens of this country?
I'll tell you what.
He's on. Sit down. Sit down. Now, Trump. Yes, the fuck you are. Now, okay, time for correction to get in that ass, okay? Because these white folks went out here doing all this wild shit until you got your goddamn ass in office, talking about hurting people, putting your hands on people, whooping somebody's ass because of their opinion. You most certainly have done that, and I'm gonna hold you to that shit, period. I don't give a fuck how much right shit you trying to do. Like, is you trying to change this shit for the better of white folks? Make America great again because America was great in the early 1900s and it was solely white folks, even though white folks had parts to do with that. And the Women's March had a lot to do with that. And black folks had to come in and make their part in on the whole situation. So I'm not understanding how. This is where you fuck up with me. This is where you fuck up with black people, okay? What y'all want to call, who y'all call black people today? Let us know, okay? Shit, you losing me now. You losing your audience.
Sign an executive order on birthright citizenship? Are you still going to sign the executive order on birthright citizenship?
You'll ask me that question a little bit later. Go ahead.
Okay.
Now the bullshit is coming into play. He said some shit to make it sound good. And now y'all asking for a follow-up, and he can't give you a goddamn answer on it because he ain't motherfucking worked on that project yet. Shit. And I'm not saying he don't give a damn, but he talked about it, so I'm assuming he's going to address the situation. But the fact is that you're not even prepared to talk about anything. All those people you have in your cabinet, instead of them stealing money, laundering, tricking, including you, all this bullshit y'all doing up in the government offices, y'all could be sitting together and brainstorming. So y'all all fucking up and calling the pot the kettle goddamn black, and be having the audacity to talk about what somebody else is doing, who's stealing, who's conning, who's doing this and that, who's whatever they doing. Y'all do this shit. All y'all politicians, I don't fuck with y'all. Because when somebody asking y'all about the shit that y'all initially talked about that y'all was gonna do, the real shit, y'all motherfuckers fold. Y'all ain't got no answers. Y'all talking about holler back at me on the next press conference, holler back at me next week or wherever the fuck time in the future. But if a damn show ain't today, and today we ain't got motherfucking time, okay? Because we need answers according to what you said, my baby.
Go ahead, sure.
Thank you, Mr. President. The investigation by the special counsel Robert Mueller has been going on since last spring. It's been over a year.
It's been a long time.
You motherfucking right. It's been a long goddamn time.
Head over Republicans' head during the midterms as well. Is this an opportunity for you, Mr. President, to end that investigation? Would you consider removing Mr. Mueller from his position?
I could have ended it any time I wanted. I didn't. And there was no collusion. There was no anything. I didn't. They went after hackers in Moscow. I don't know about that. They went after people with tax problems from years ago. They went after people with loans and other things. Had nothing to do with my campaign.
So let me get this straight, Democrats. Y'all have been going after a guy that has not been proven guilty yet within 2 years, and instead of working for people who vote for you, this is why I don't vote for you guys, okay? I don't vote for the Republicans either. I don't vote for none of you motherfuckers. Y'all telling on yourselves. What the hell is y'all doing? Seriously.
This is a investigation where many, many millions of dollars has been spent, and there's no collusion. It was supposed to be on collusion. There's no collusion.
So the fact that y'all have not found bullshit, because that's what he's saying, that y'all haven't found bullshit. So the fact that y'all haven't found bullshit, y'all still spending all this money to play these catch me if you can games. Like, y'all better off just settling off, acting like y'all done with it, y'all over it, and then bam, catch that motherfucker. If he's guilty for real. Just saying.
And the other thing is they should look at the other side also. They only look at one side. They're not looking at all of the things that came up during this investigation. They don't do that. They should also get people that can be fair, not 13 or 14 or 17. I call them the angry Democrats. They are angry people. And it's a very unfair thing for this country.
So let's be honest. The Democrats, the Republicans, no, it's like it's fair game when it comes to running for office. It's like everybody is in a slanderous campaign. Although we're American, how can you be calling yourself something and then yet you shoot shit on the person that's running for office because you don't believe in what they do, or they decide to be with another party? But then y'all talking about sticking together, then y'all get upset because he's racist as shit. But at least I would take Trump being fucking racist to my face and promoting certain people to be that way versus just, you know, at least we know what the fuck it is and what we gotta face. Versus y'all act like it's peace and love, and y'all, it ain't even that. Y'all ain't none of that. You know, how are we supposed to decipher between the two.
It's a very, very, forget about unfair to me. It's very bad for our country.
Yeah, fuck how you feel, Trump, because they're just using you for political gain. I'm telling you, you're like watching The Apprentice, okay? They put you in office to entertain and distract while the Democrats go off and do what their bullshit they want to do, send bombs to one another and whatever in the hell they want to do to one another, including yourself. And that's just what the fuck it is. They want to rule the world, and they have their leader in place, and I'm just fucking done with y'all motherfuckers in this politics shit. Like, ugh.
Mr. President, if it's on... Go ahead. Mr. President.
No.
If it's unfair to the country and it's costing millions of dollars, why don't you just
give him the mic, please? I've answered the question. Okay. Go ahead, take the. Well, I'll give you voters. I will give you voter suppression. You just have to sit down, please. Sit down. I didn't call you. I
said what the fuck I said. I ain't called for your ass. So what the fuck? What is you coming for, my baby? What the fuck is you doing? What is you saying? What is you saying and what is you doing? She in the background, but yeah, that's what that's what I hear.
I'll give you voter suppression. Take a look at the CNN polls, how inaccurate they were. That's called voter suppression.
The guy is right again. You guys cannot push a biased narrative and then think that we won't catch it. Like, I mean, if you gonna speak legitimately the bad things he did, then that's what you need to do. If you are going to speak the good things that he does, then that's what you need to speak about. If he's doing bullshit in between, then call that shit out. The fuck? You know, you guys got a platform, and I know you guys are finance, and, you know, they just doing this to mind fuck everybody. This is really a game. I know.
Please.
Thank you, Mr. President.
I'm not responding. I'm responding to. Excuse me. I'm not responding to you. I'm talking to this gentleman. Would you please sit down? Excuse me. Would you please sit down? Please go ahead.
Now, listening to this lady, I heard her say something about African in the background or whatever, and they really tried to mute her. So if she's speaking for the African American population and Trump really tried to discontinue her, we got some problems. Like I said, I mean, I agree with the motherfucker on some things, but I'm sure blacks is going to get some level of benefit depending on where they're at in life, what they're doing in life, and what laws will benefit them as far as being here on this level of continent. But if that lady was black and he ignored that lady about black issues and then...
Thank you, Mr. President. Now that the House of Representatives
very hostile. It's such a hostile media. It's so sad. You asked me about. No, you rudely interrupted him. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Go ahead. From where? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Which group? Where do you want me to take a question from? Yeah. Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead. Take the. Oh, either one. Okay. Both? Or both. Are you together? Go ahead.
That motherfucker shot his shot. Blue. Y'all together? Shit, we can get this shit popping. We can get a motherfucking party going. We can have some drinks and shit. Hey. Mike, get with the secretary. Or you can get with whatever the fuck you want to call the security. I had him bring them to the room. Like, he had one of those, like, he was flirting and making a pass type of shit. Like, he shot down this one lady that was actually trying to ask him a legitimate question and then turned around and shot his shot to be flirtatious and fun with these other ladies and gonna ask them, are they together? Is that like some kind of like bisexual shit? You trying to see what they got going on? Since you like pussies so much, you fallen angel, you know, don't get this shit twisted because I agree with Trump on some shit. I know for damn sure that all of this stuff is benefiting white folks for the most part. He's not doing anything that's going to benefit blacks. I'm just being fucking honest as far as my observation and what I have did time studies over. Now, I would like to hear what you guys' comments are. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit the bell so you can get notifications on my videos. And we're going to kick back off into this bullshit.
Mr. President, how do you respond to critics who say that your message on the campaign towards minorities have been polarizing?
I don't think it has been at all.
But is the election of two Muslim women, one of them is veiled to the House, which is making history. Is this a rebuke of this message, do you think?
I don't understand what you're saying.
I don't know what the fuck they saying either, Trump. Shit. I swear. They didn't ship their jobs overseas, and we do not understand them. And I'm sorry, you guys. I got mad love for you guys because I see and know what you guys are going through. Like I said, I have been hard torn for what you guys are going through. And y'all English is fucked up. And for Trump to say that, that's true, but it was funny as shit because I get frustrated, mad frustrated. America, word to America, I'm mad as fuck. I gotta call an American company, or at least that's what the fuck I thought, because it's an American service, and I'm getting foreigners that I can barely understand. I'm getting foreigners that's coming in doing jobs that I can barely talk to while they're doing the fucking job. Okay? It's nothing personal. I had a great technician yesterday. He was very calm, and I think he was French. He had like a French-like style accent. He had the French face and the French head. It's weird. French people have a look. I'm sorry. They do. I'm not even fucking sorry. Fuck all that. Fuck all that. I could be wrong, but I'm not being discriminative. I'm just simply saying what the fuck I thought he looked like. But however, at first he was scared because he seen it was black people, and that's fucked up. He was like this. Just walking in the kitchen. I'm like, ain't nobody about to kill your ass. This ain't the hood, motherfucker. Okay? All these white folks ain't gonna have it, and we living around their ass. The hell? But you know what? I understand why he was that way, because of the narrative that's been spread by fake news. So again, yes, you got cutthroat white folks, you got cutthroat black people, but that's not all fucking people, and we need to get that shit out of our system, because although this guy was mad scared walking up in my house, and I had a hair bonnet on, he probably ain't never seen that shit in his life. He probably ain't seen a white girl with some motherfucking long flowing locks and shit. He ain't used to seeing no black girl come to no door and open it in a white neighborhood and see black folks up in this bitch, and all he think is he gonna be tapered on. We had to leave that nigga alone, let him do his goddamn job, because it ain't shit in this motherfucker you want to take, trust me. Because you installing TVs, so I don't think you gonna take the TVs we got to fucking install. Otherwise, you gonna roll up in this bitch and get shot. Now, you know that's a possibility. That's why your ass was scared. Not saying we're going to do anything like that to this gentleman. He was a really sweet guy once he found out that we was just really harmless. We just wanted some fucking cable. He was scared. And it's like, I understand. Y'all fake news motherfuckers need to stop pressing that stuff about us black people. Because all of us are not bad. Are we passionate? Yes. Are we nervous? Yes. Are we paranoid? Yes. That's just on the black people side. But niggas, that's a whole different ball game. Fuck it. We gonna get them.
Is it a rebuke of this message? Do you think that this is more reflective of multi-ethnic and multicultural America?
Well, that question, I can only say this. You look at the employment and unemployment numbers for African Americans, for Asian Americans, for Hispanic Americans, they're at a historic high. A poll came out recently where my numbers with Hispanics and with African Americans are the highest, the best they've ever been. That took place 2 or 3 days ago, the poll. I have the best numbers with African American and Hispanic American that I've ever had before.
Now, word of advice, Trump, you're going to have to give the world something that black folks have never been able to offer if you honestly want to give a platform for black folks. I don't believe you at this point. You're going to have to do some proving to me on that shit. But if you were and you're genuinely, honestly trying to do that, you have to give a platform for black folks to show what black folks can do. Because they have a bad, very bad ideology of who they think we are. We're not that, okay? 2, I think it's a magnificent idea. However, if you're got all these people, and that may be a reason why all these people is lining up in lines to be able to work, because they want a better life. And America has that to provide for them. So if this is the land of the free, like y'all say it is, I like the acoustics in this damn room. Okay? I took over, okay? Because this is my kids' game room and shit. But I'm like, y'all not using it enough for me. But they're not using it at all. And I asked my husband if he wanted it. He didn't want it. But that's nothing compared to right now, you guys. But it is to some degree. Because if someone isn't using something and they're suppressing you from it, not that they were, but it's just like you were suppressed from it internally. And it's like, now I can use it. Fuck it. Let's use this shit. Let's get this shit popping, baby. Like, if you want to give us something and you want to exploit black folks, you want to get a black person vote, then you need to add black people and not for a white supremacist agenda. And y'all do a lot of hindering black people back, and I don't appreciate that shit. Y'all discriminate on black men and women, mainly the women now, because y'all intimidated by the black men. So y'all ain't trying to be on the bullshit with them. And we don't appreciate that. And the fact that our black men is not having our back on shit and they for themselves as if we don't know each other, because that's the attitude that they have, as if we don't know each other. And they act like they're from some other race. They go and get another race of a woman, whoever. And they just like, oh, all black women are bad. So if you want to change some shit, Trump, word of advice from me, your girl, Shanni Mac, I'm telling you now, you're going to have to change the demographics and what you have to present to us. It's not about kissing our ass. We ain't in the ass kissing business. We're very short, straightforward people, especially me. But if you're going to get us to be convinced that you're not on that fuck shit, then you need not to be on the fuck shit. And that's the real stuff. Just, I don't have no other way of scratching it.
I'm from Brooklyn, so you'll understand that.
I understand you very well.
Why, of course he understands. He lives in New York. He knows all the native tongues and how they sound. He was just being an asshole when someone had a hard time with expressing common English, simple language. That's all.
Go ahead. No, that's enough, please.
Thank you, sir. 2 questions. One, I know you went through the results and you obviously studied them late last night. What lesson did you learn most from looking at those results? Was there one thing that, as you kind of reviewed them, that you'll change your strategy, not just for Congress, but kind of going forward? And then just a follow-up question.
Well, I think the results that I've learned and maybe confirmed, I think people like me. I think people like the job I'm doing, frankly.
Yeah. No, not really, Trump. I mean, black people, I'm just speaking on us black, we don't like the fact that you racially are charging your crowd. I think you can kind of bring that shit way the fuck down, but thank you, because at least we know who are racist. We do know who's a bigot. We do know who has an issue with other nationalities of people. We do know these things. So thank you for bringing that in exposure. But other than that, then no, we don't need you or that bullshit for the bullshit. And you can keep that shit the fuck over there and y'all can separate y'all goddamn selves. Hey, I'm full segregation if you gonna be about the shits, okay? Fuck it. Scriptures already say we're going back to the wilderness. So we might as well, my fellow black brothers and sisters, let's get ready. Shit is going to happen anyways, no matter how you scratch it.
A lot of people are going to be rushing to Iowa, rushing to New Hampshire. You know that the Democrats are already looking ahead to 2020. Do you want to lock down your ticket right now, sir? Will the vice president be your running mate in 2020?
Well, I haven't asked him, but I hope so. Where are you? Mike, will you be my running mate? Huh? Stand up, Mike, please. Raise your right hand. No, I'm only kidding.
Dear reporter, who in the fuck did you think was going to run with him? It don't make sense. That's like Obama and Biden. Like, that's like Bush and Cheney, I want to say. That's like, I don't even know who the fuck Clinton's running mate was, to be honest. Like, and Reagan and so forth. Like, I can go back. I don't have statistics in front of me. I was born in the Reagan era. So you guys can kind of do the math that know that I'm not a fucking child. I have kids who are at the peak of being grown, okay? So I've been in this understanding about the politics game for quite some time, and I'm not looking for a championship belt because, no, I do not participate on the nonsense. I just laugh at the shit, and I keep it moving, and I maneuver my way through the matrix. Once I know what I need to deal with, I'll know how to survive. So that's the advice that I need to give to my peoples.
Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Going back to the Russia investigation and the potential investigations from the now Democratic majority in Congress, some say that you could stop all this by declassifying.
I could fire everybody right now.
The Apprentice, we happy and we're singing and we motherfucking angry. Give me a high five. Wait a minute. Ain't nobody motherfucking happy with that shit. All right, cut and print.
I don't want to stop it because politically I don't like stopping it. Yeah. It's a disgrace. It should have never been started because there was no crime. Everybody has conflicts. They all have conflicts over there that are beyond anything that anybody's ever seen in terms of conflicts. From the fact that people ask for jobs, from the fact that they have very good friends on the other side, like really good friends like Comey, who, by the way, lied and leaked, and also leaked classified information. Nothing happened there. It might, perhaps, maybe something's happening that I don't know about. I stay away from it. But you know what I do? Let it just go on. They're wasting a lot of money, but I let it go on because...
Yeah, I bet you let it go on. We paying for this shit for them to be playing the Celebrity Apprentice with you and shit. Damn, Trump, why don't you call motherfucking VH1 back up and have them record your old natural bone ass in the goddamn White House and shit, and you can get paid for them, and they gonna have no choice but to pay you that top dollar, okay? Why in the hell ain't nobody advising you on this? You giving out all this free bullshit for nothing. You know what? Fuck it!
I don't want to do that, but you're right. I could end it right now. I could say that investigation is over.
Really? Really, Trump? So let me get this straight. They are doing everything wrong, wasting my motherfucking money, my tax dollars that y'all hardly want to give me a tax return on. And the thing that you got to say is that you could stop it. I could stop it, but I haven't. I'm not. What the fuck is you in business? Or you in friendship, Trump? What the fuck is going on? How in the fuck is you telling the American people is that you are allowing them to get paid to track you down on your bullshit that you do and they can't prove, but you haven't stopped the goddamn shop? Like, I'm not motherfucking dealing with this shit right now. Hell, motherfucking no. That's some bullshit, okay? Handle that shit like you gonna handle these motherfuckers with these tariffs and China and all that bullshit. I can deal with that because I looked at that shit and yeah, you right with that shit being bold and fucked up, and the people here in this country is not benefiting. And it's sad to say that these people that are over in these other countries are being treated in the most derogatory way, that they're all out of what the fuck they had in them. And you know what? Fuck you for that.
But it's really, it's a disgrace, frankly. And it's an embarrassment to our country. It's an embarrassment to the people of our country. And it's too bad. Go ahead.
What about the declassification of the documents? Some say that would clear it all up.
We're looking at that. No, we're looking at that very seriously. Declassification, we're looking at very seriously.
Okay, can I ask one more question?
It's amazing how people on the other side just don't want those documents declassified. But no, we're looking at that very carefully. I certainly wanted to wait till after the midterms.
Can I ask you one more question, Mr. President? Okay, thank you.
Go ahead.
So to my understanding, we had over 50% of white women who voted for Trump and support Trump. Well, newsflash, ladies, you guys are listening to yourselves. having a press conference with Trump right now, and he don't respect what the fuck you say, even though you are a white woman. And true enough, you guys may be saying, oh, well, yeah, we're reaping the benefits on the back end because the white police comes when we call, and, you know, we're in positions in corporate where the white folks say X, Y, and Z, and we're for it, or the black folks, we got them kneeling to their knees, and we got your black man. Like, yeah, okay. Have fun at this carnal world, my baby, because it's about to be done away with. Okay? And if you're not looking at the level of injusticeness and the fact that you are a woman and you do want to make a change and you do want to do things to unsubscribe from the injusticeness, the discriminative procedures that these men do, and they train and teach other men to do otherwise, to disrespect you guys, and including if you guys are getting disrespected blatantly on national TV by the fucking president of the United States, because those ain't no white women. No, wait a minute, I'm gonna stand correct. Those are not black women that are talking. Now, maybe possibly that one, but I'm getting the fact that he does have a problem with black women and white women, women, period. It does not fucking matter. Do your research, and you should be clapping back at that motherfucker later, because he should have a response to you regardless of your gender, and he's shutting that shit down. So that's something that you white women votes should be paying attention to. Meanwhile, I ain't paying attention. I'm on the sidelines. I'm giving sideline comments. Shit, I already know these motherfuckers on some bullshit.
President, quick follow-up on that. Wait, sit down, please.
There you go again. What is going on, my peoples? What is going on? Shit.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let me ask you about one of the campaign promises you made down the stretch, which was a 10% tax cut for the middle class.
Yeah.
You just talked about gridlock. Democrats, they now run the House Ways and Means Committee. If it means a tax cut of some kind for the middle class, but that means raising rates elsewhere, corporations on the wealthiest, is that a trade-off that you would be willing to make and able to enact a middle class tax?
You know that this will have to be now proposed, because if we did it now, we don't have the votes in the Senate. You don't have. We would need 10 Democrat votes. We probably couldn't get them. If we could pass it very easily in the House. But there's no reason to waste time because you don't have the votes in the Senate. But if the
Now, Trump, you just said that you would like bipartisanship. Wouldn't that mean that Democrats would have to be involved for you to pass such a bill? And if you're going to pass such a bill, shouldn't they be involved? How can you rule out someone, or anybody for that matter, before you even give them a chance to do the shit? Like, you haven't even... I can't say you have not, and I can't say that you have been shut down, but all I'm saying is that it sounds that way right now. So if that's the case, fuck it. We're going to give you the room to clear that shit up. Just, you know, let your girl know.
As an example, if the Democrats come up with an idea for tax cuts, which I'm a big believer in tax cuts, I would absolutely pursue something, even if it means some adjustment.
Well, of course. Sure you would ask those questions. You've never met these people before. How could you have?
Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, please.
How about Turkey? Thank you, President Trump. Shortly after your victory speech on the historic night of back in November 2016, I asked you to what single factor you most attributed this victory to.
Said you have to speak up.
Sure. On the night of your victory, I asked you, right after your speech, to what you would attribute your victory. You pointed up to the ceiling and you said that it was God. Based off of that, how would you say over the last 2 years God plays, what kind of a factor he plays in the day-to-day execution of the office of the president?
Well, God plays a big factor in my life.
Well, isn't that some shit? We have a whole Jew ask him about God. Out of all things, nobody's asked about God, but here it is, an Ashkenazi Jew, aka a whatever, and we already know what motherfucking Trump is. He's a freaking Jesuit who is in the business of doing that. okay? What are the odds of this guy asking him about our father? Like, you ain't connected. Your father already gave up his blood right, okay? Esau gave up his blood right. Y'all follow the Antichrist. Y'all like Nimrod and Tammuz and all these other people that was discussed in the past and stuff like that or whatever. Stop trying to mark or mock my father, you jerk-offs, okay? Because y'all are not connected. You are cut off unless you decide you want to repent. Don't dare ask Trump what God he served, and you already know. It's like it was already set up to try to make it a whole benevolent stage, and it's not.
And God plays a factor in the lives of many people that I know very well in this room, like your vice president. God plays a very big role in my life.
And which loss last night surprised you the most? And which of these unsuccessful candidates are you most likely to consider for
Nothing
future administration?
Me in politics.
Would you
but there were some losses last night, and there were some victories last night that have been incredible. I mean, there were victories last night that nobody would believe, especially based on the suppression polls. They had a lot of suppression polls.
Would you
and there were some victories last night that were very surprising, but I'm not going to pick out special. Special
would you consider
people.
any for
It's tough enough for those people to have.
Would you consider any for?
He rude as shit to every goddamn body. Fuck it. Listen, little beanie hat wearing motherfucker. Okay, he ain't trying to hear what the fuck you gotta say.
Mr. President, I asked you on Monday if there was anything that you regret in your first 2 years, and you said that at times you could have and should have used a quote softer tone. Your critics, as you can imagine, your skeptics, they say they're not holding their breath on that happening. Will you indeed have to change your tone if you're to get things passed through Congress after losing the House? And you also said you might extend an olive branch. What would that look like?
Well, in order to pass bills, you guys, he would have to find some kind of way to level his head, get his bipolar shit in order, and work on passing these bills to benefit the people. If not, then fuck it, we gotta replace your ass. Shit. Just like these goddamn Democrats. Demons.
I love to do very even tone. Much easier than what I have to do. I have to go around. And going around is much easier than facing somebody and being treated fairly. But when you're not treated fairly, you really have no choice. I would love to have a very even, modest, boring tone. I would be very honored by that. But you know what? When you have to fight, all the time fight, because you're being misrepresented by the media, you really can't do that.
But not about...
Okay, y'all. I'm done with this motherfucker. I'm done.
Mr. President, can you just how you focus on the economic...
Where are you from, please?
Japan.
Okay. Say hello. Say hello to Shinzo.
Yes.
Oh, my goodness. He done said that twice to people. He done said that twice to people. I ain't even gonna be... I mean, I'm laughing, but I'm not even laughing at the people that are immigrants, that are like new to speaking this language in this country, but y'all gotta get a load of this motherfucking Trump. I'm done. I'm done. I'm done.
Sure, he's happy about tariffs on his cars. Go ahead.
That's my question, actually. So how you focus on the trade and economic issues with Japan? Will you ask Japan to do more, or will you change your tone?
I really don't understand.
I mean, how will you focus on trade and economic issues?
Trade with Japan? Yes. Well, we're dealing with Japan right now on trade. Mm-hmm. Japan has, it's a great country. You have a great prime minister who just had a very successful election. He's a very good friend of mine. He's one of the people I'm closest with. But I tell him all the time that Japan does not treat the United States fairly on trade. They send in millions of cars at a very low tax. They don't take our cars. And if they do, they have a massive tax on the cars. Japan, and I'm not blaming Japan, I'm blaming the people that were in charge of the United States for allowing that to happen. But as you know, we have close to $100 billion trade deficit with Japan. And Japan has treated us very unfairly. But don't feel lonely, because you weren't the only one.
How about North Korea? How about North Korea?
Thank you, Mr. President. Two international news questions. The first one, Secretary Pompeo's talks about North Korea have been postponed. What is happening there, and will your meeting still happen with...
We're going to change it because of trips that are being made. We're going to make it at another date. But we're very happy how it's going with North Korea. We think it's going fine. We're in no rush. We're in no hurry. The sanctions are on.
You still expect to meet Kim Jong-un?
Excuse me, wait.
Sorry, sir.
The sanctions are on. The missiles have stopped. The rockets have stopped. The hostages are home. The great heroes have been coming home. Mike Pence was in Hawaii, where one of the most beautiful ceremonies that anyone's ever seen for the fallen. These are great heroes. Very important. When I was running, a lot of people, as many years ago as it was, in many cases grandchildren, but they were asking about that. They're coming home, and they're being provided to us as we speak. But I'm in no rush. I'm in no rush. The sanctions are on. I read a couple of times, and I've seen a few times where they said, he's done so much. What have I done? I met. Now, I'd love to take the sanctions off, but they have to be responsive, too. It's a two-way street. But we're not in any rush at all. There's no rush whatsoever. You know, before I got here, they were dealing with this for over 70 years. And I guess on a nuclear front for 25 years. That's a long time. I've been there. I probably left Singapore 4 or 5 months ago. And we made more progress in that 4 or 5 months than they've made in 70 years. And nobody else could have done what I've done.